Yes. MLB The Show with a good one coming at you. It's the Cleveland Guardians and the Toronto Blue Jays. First pitch coming your way next. And on the mound in this one, Kevin Gausman. How about a report on him, Chris?
Well, I'm interested to see how he utilizes his sinker to this lineup, Boog. You know, it's not necessarily his go-to primary pitch, but he does mix it in when he needs it. He's just got to make sure that it's not flat. Otherwise, it's going to get hit hard. So look for him to throw it up there when he needs a big double play, a ground ball, something like that to get out of an inning, change it up for a hitter. Also, get those hitters looking down so that it opens up the top of the strike zone, especially late in an at-bat.
Daniel Steeman, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball one. Gausman in his 12th season, 35 years old, a former first-round pick back in 2012. Right through there for a strike. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Batting second, right fielder Chase DeLauder.
Just getting started here in Toronto. And a foul ball. Line drive, base hit, right center field.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. Pitch was in and off the plate. So hard to do anything with the pitch in that location, but somehow he got the barrel to it and hit it well. Pretty amazing.
Jose Ramirez in the box with one away as he takes ball one. DeLauder stands at first with one out. Swung on, belted. Way back there, it's got a chance. Gone. A two-run homer, and the Guardians jump in front. It's 2-0. Foul ball there. Swing and a miss, and that's strike two.
His understanding of the strike zone, very impressive. That was a very close 0-2 fastball. I just don't know how you take that.
That one almost got him. Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. Gets the out, 2 down after the strikeout. 2 down, base is empty. And the batter now is Rhys Hoskins. Here's a guy who's been struggling so far this year. It's only late April, but still hoping he'll turn it around soon. Here comes the 0-1. That one hammered, but pulled foul. Two down, nobody on. Good eye in that spot. Swings and misses, struck him out. We go to the bottom of the first. And towing the slab for the Cleveland Guardians, Joey Cantillo. What do you have on him, Siggy?
Boog, you don't always know what to expect with this guy on the mound. There are times he's really good, but that's not always the case. For me, I want to see how aggressive he's going to be out there. We'll see it right away if he's pitching with confidence. And if he is, he should be just fine.
Digging in, Nathan Lucas.
Nathan Lucas.
Strike! Woo!
And a fastball in there for a strike at 91. Base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Batting second, designated hitter, Ernie Clement.
That one outside, and that's ball one. Now there's a bullet down the line, and that's a fair ball. Lead runner around second, and now runners at the corners, nobody out.
2 consecutive base hits for these guys here. Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now. And he can't come up with it. Runner from third in to score. And he beats it. That's a hit. Great try there.
Stringing them together, that's 3 hits in a row. That's one of those you classify as just too hot to handle. Hit it on the screws, and it couldn't be fielded cleanly, but you can't really blame the defense in that case.
0-1. Swing and a foul out of play.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way, somehow climb back into this at bat through the count.
Battling here as he fouls it away.
It's great to get on the board in the first frame of the ball game, but here's an opportunity for them to really open things up with a couple of runners on. Let's see if they can cash in.
And a foul ball, he stays alive.
Oh.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that is a big first out. 2 aboard with 1 out. Now it's the second baseman, Lenny Sosa. Swing and a high fly ball. That's out to center. He's got it.
Batting 6th, center fielder, Dalton Varsho.
Ball inside.
Swings through that one for strike 2.
Man, he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. Back now in Toronto. We move ahead to the top of the second now. George Valera digs in for the Guardians. Right through there for a strike.
Quickly down 0-2 in the count. I think you got to choke up a little bit, spread out the feet. You don't know what the velocity or the location of this next pitch is going to be.
Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. Now the 0-1.
Nope, that's high.
On the ground to the left. Fires over to Guerrero. 2 up, 2 down in the top of the second.
Catcher,
Bo Naylor at the plate now.
That's the ball.
Back-to-back fastballs in. That last one called for a strike. Probably go away, but look for him to come back in there to try to finish you off.
Nope, that's inside.
In the air, right field. Sanchez under it. And that is that. Bottom of the second. And now for the Jays, Kazuma Okamoto.
Kazuma Okamoto.
Right.
In there at the knees. That is strike 2.
All right, now, he may have not liked either of those first 2 pitches or agreed with the umpire's calls, but at this point, he's going to have to bear down and be ready to hit anything close to the zone.
Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Off the outside edge, and now the count is 2-2. Got him. That K is his third of the game.
Shortstop Andres Jimenez.
The lefty, the 1-0. There's a swing and a drive. And a foul ball. The 1-1. Swing and a ball lifted left field. 2 down. So up next for Toronto, Tyler Heineman. Inside, almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
No, that's a ball.
That one's spoiled, and the count now 2-1. Right through there for a strike. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today. Top half of the third inning, stepping up for the Guardians, Ryan Rocchio. Check swing of the first pitch. Look down to third. Didn't go. And the 1-0. In the air, left field. Lucas moving under this one. 1 down.
Up next for Cleveland, second baseman Daniel Schneemann.
That clips a corner.
Not what he's looking for there in the 0-0 count. Looks like he wants the ball down in the zone.
This one in the air, right field. And makes the grab. 2 down.
Maybe caught that one off the end just a little bit. Couldn't quite barrel it up enough to really drive it.
So digging in, Chase DeLauder. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far. Check swing, he held up. Ball 1. Fouled off left side. Two down, nobody on.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Ground ball to the right side, and that's just foul. Got him swinging. As we go to the last of the third. Now here's the leadoff man for the Blue Jays, Nathan Lucas. Check swing called strike. That's strike 1. In the air to left center. It drops in, gets away a little bit.
Couple of hits in a row for him here. That ball right there landed in what they call the no man's land, meaning it's not really a spot on the field where you can expect anyone to get to it easily. I mean, it's a tough play going back for the shortstop, but also for the outfielders trying to come in. They got to go a long way as well.
The 1-0. Runner on the go. Swing and a miss. Safe at second, and that was not close. And the tying run is now in scoring position. The 1-1. Out to short. Fires over to Hoskins. 1 gone, bottom of the third inning. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He's got the power, but great contact skills. One of the best contact hitters in the game.
That's out the corner.
Man at second. In the dirt. No advance. Good job behind the dish. Next pitch is outside.
I almost feel like he's frustrated a little bit. He wants to be challenged.
And that one is lifted in the air. 2 down.
Yeah, that's a tough play for the infielder, ranging back into the outfield. There's part of him that's saying, hey, where are you at, outfielder? Call me off. But he stayed focused and made a nice catch right there.
Swing and a foul back, and that's out of play. Man on second, 2 down. Swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes.
That pitch started in and ended up on the outside edge, just changing planes and very different.
Oh, that's a strikeout, and that'll do it for the inning. Back here at Rogers Center, start of the 4th, Jose Ramirez digs in for the Guardians. That's off the inside corner. Ball 1. Misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike. Swings through the fastball up in the zone.
As a hitter, you got to learn something from that pitch. He clearly wasn't timed up on the fastball. In a 2-0 count, you have to be ready to do damage.
Slider for a strike. Oh, that got away from him. And he's going to reach on a hit by pitch to lead off the inning.
Center fielder Kyle Manzardo.
That one fouled off.
You know, these Guardians doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. They're doing a good job of working the pitch count, and they've been able to push a couple of runs across to score as well.
He makes the grab.
It's been tough fooling these guys, and those chase rate numbers back it up. They've been really smart at the plate, and that's one of the best ways to frustrate a pitcher because nothing seems to come easy.
Hoskins in the box as he fouls off the first pitch. Quick move to first. Ramirez back in on a dive. And the 0-1. Hoskins pushes it foul.
I love how he tracked the ball right there and was able to get through that fastball just a little bit late. Otherwise, it stays fair. I think if the top hand is a little stronger, same swing produces a home run.
Got him. That's the second out. George Valera digs in for the Guardians. His first at bat was a strikeout. And that one upstairs. Fastball is outside. Ramirez off of first with 2 away. Just missed. Fastball for a strike.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitters got to stay focused on the pitch.
Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Base hit. They're waving Ramirez home. Throw cut off to second, but he's in there easily.
Comes through with the RBI. Put a really nice balanced swing on it, and when you can rope one into the gap like that, you're thinking extra bases from the first couple of steps out of the box, and he'll feel real good about that one.
Man at second. Runner takes off for third. Strike in there. Throw to third. Save. That wasn't close. That missed by a lot. And a count 2-1. Way out front for strike 2. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Hit on the ground to the right side, and it goes just foul. Backed off the plate that time. In the air out towards right center. Sanchez under it, and that's the third out. Bottom 4, and now for the Jays, Lenny Sosa.
Second baseman, Lenny Sosa.
Close but called a ball. Ball one.
Well, these Jays showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. He's only given up one run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense. You know, sometimes all it takes is getting to the next arm before an offense does any damage, and that might be the case today.
Lined, and that's a base hit. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
So much of good hitting is finding holes in the defense. That's why you're always thinking line drive into the gap. Those kinds of swings really boost your confidence.
Line drive, and it's just foul. That is close. The 0-2. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
For the Blue Jays, third
One out
baseman,
man at first. Kazuma Okamoto, the next to hit. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
That one lifted to left. Martinez settles under this one, and there's 2 down.
Up next for the Blue Jays, shortstop Andres Jimenez.
Out towards right center field, DeLauder under this one, and that is that. Back now in Toronto. Ready now for the 5th inning. Bo Naylor digs in for the Guardians. And the first offering, a fastball for a strike. This one ripped, but foul to the right. Going 2 now. Got him looking. Picks up strikeout number 7.
Shortstop Ryan Rocchio.
Down and in, moved his feet.
Caught a break right there. Pretty good pitch on the outside corner.
Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. That's inside. And that's ball 4.
What a battle. It's not always easy laying off a 3-2 pitch, and I tell you what, he earned that walk.
So the Guardians lineup turns over. Daniel Schneemann digs in now.
No.
And another ball.
No, he's really working him away this at bat. Sometimes take a little bit off velocity. Try to get a rollover, something on the ground. Stay away from that big hole on the right side of the infield.
That's in there. And now 3-1. That one at the knees for a strike. Schneemann wants another look at the called strike. It's a challenge, and it's going to stay a strike. One challenge remaining for them now. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Good battle here. About to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. So a walk puts runners at first and second.
Well, that's a nice job of grinding out that at-bat, Saul.
New pitcher now for the Jays, Mason Fluharty.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Fluharty, he's kind of a prototypical bullpen arm in today's game. Electric stuff that results in a ton of strikeouts. In a tough spot like this, that is a big-time benefit. 2 on, 1 out.
Now, as a hitter, when a guy like this comes into the game, you feel like he's standing on top of you, and it's just attack mode coming right at you, expecting to get a swing and miss.
2-2 now. Got him looking. That's a strikeout.
Up next for Cleveland, third baseman.
Pivotal
Jose
at bat now
Ramirez.
for the dangerous Jose Ramirez. He's already homered here in this one. In the air to left center. Varsho has a beat on it. And that'll do it.
Now pitching for
Back now to start the bottom of the 5th and taking over on the mound, Tim Herron.
Still a lot of game left, and this game could go either way. So this is a big opportunity for him to get some important outs and try to help carry this lead into the later innings.
Ball, outside.
Clips the corner. That's strike 1.
It's been tough for the offense so far, but you can't get frustrated. You got to find a way to shake it off, go up there and relax. That's the only way you're going to be able to put runs up on the board.
Back to the leadoff spot in the Blue Jays lineup. Now the left fielder, Nathan Lucas. He's 2 for 2.
As a left-handed hitter, you kind of expect that breaking ball from the lefty, so you just want to track it and get an idea because you know it's going to come into play later in the at-bat.
Barely a hair out of the zone, but it was a ball. They'll keep both their challenges. Rolled slowly to first, and that's a foul ball. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
Man, that was pretty gross right there.
Waves at the bender for the strikeout.
Up next for the Blue Jays, designated hitter, Ernie Clement.
In for a strike. Good slider.
Well, he had a pretty good look at that pitch and not sure exactly what tied him up there. Couldn't pull the trigger, and perhaps the best pitch he'll see in this at-bat to hit.
Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. Back here at Rogers Center, top 6, Kyle Mansardo digs in for the Guardians. And first offering is fouled off.
You know, these Guardians putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. They really made that opposing starter work in this one. Ran his pitch count up, and now they've got an opportunity to continue making things difficult on the bullpen.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
First baseman, Rhys Hoskins.
Nice grab. Throw to first. Nicely done for the out. 2 outs, base is empty. Next is the designated hitter, George Valera. The 0-1. Misses the zone for a ball. That was the sweeper. The 1-1 is fouled off. 2 down, nobody on. And we're in the top half of the 6th.
Oh.
To the right side, Sosa. The throw to first. Guardians go down in order.
Now pitching for
Now a right-handed arm out of the bullpen, Connor Brogdon.
And this is an important part of this game. Tight score and still a lot of outs to get. So they're looking for a big outing out of him right here to get some critical outs. Looking to get something going. This is the guy you want at the plate. He's been great for this team. He is a professional hitter. He's clearly trying to work him away here. Both pitches off the plate. If you really want to put the ball in play, you're going to have to stay back and drive it to the opposite field.
That misses. Ball 3. And there's the automatic. Short hop liner handled it short. In plenty of time to first. What a play.
Up next for the Blue Jays, right fielder, Jesus Sanchez.
So important to get ahead of these hitters. You don't want to issue a free pass and allow that tying run to come to the plate. You always want to keep that other team in a position where if they're going to beat you, they're going to have to do it with multiple hits.
Oh, this one bounces off the pitcher. Gets it there in time, though. So a tough play, but they do get out number 2. And here is Sosa to the plate. 1 for 2. That's a bullet, but it goes foul. Two down, nobody on.
Well, as good as things can be, it can be a tough day at the office, even for the skippers. Seeing the offense just sputter, not able to get anything going.
Ball 2.
That one misses. 3-1.
He's great hitting the ball the other way, and that pitch did a good job to straighten him up a bit. Mission accomplished.
Upstairs outside, that's ball 4.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
Misses again, 5 in a row. And a 1-1. Fouled off. He was late. The Guardians holding on to a 2-run lead here in the bottom of the 6th. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Top of inning number 7, stepping up for the Guardians, Angel Martinez.
Oh.
Hardy measures 6 feet 2 inches, 215 pounds, and he was a 5th-round pick in 2022. Here's a 2-1. That one missed. Swing and a foul back. That's out of play. Payoff pitch. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Up next for Cleveland, catcher Bo Naylor.
And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
Oh.
Martinez aboard here at first with nobody out. Fastball almost got him there. Two now, and it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Two now. Swings and misses. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one. 1 out man at first. Here's Brian Rocchio. He's 0 for 1.
If you're the pitcher, you've got to go right at this guy. It's the number 9 hitter in the lineup. You can't be afraid of contact in this situation.
Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. A 2-run blast. And they tack on to their lead. It's 5-1. Hammered down the right side, but foul. 2 runs across in the inning. Here in the top half of inning number 7. On the ground, Okamoto whips it across. Got him. And now Chase DeLauder, 1 for 3.
No, that's a ball.
That clips the corner. Pitch misses, and the count is 3-1. Right through there for a strike. Good plate appearance there. Able to take the walk.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner
out of the bullpen for the Jays, Tommy Nance. He's been someone, at least in the early going, that they've leaned on. Lined into left center field, and that's going to fall for a hit. Lead runner touches second, headed for third, and that'll put runners at the corners with 2 away.
Up next for Cleveland.
Now the 4-hole hitter for the Guardians, Kyle Manzardo.
Struck out on just 3 pitches last time.
That's outside, and it's 1-0. Two on, 2 outs. That one is absolutely belted. Carrying well. To the warning track. Makes the catch. Back now in Toronto. And now for the Jays, Kazuma Okamoto.
Kazuma Okamoto.
This one smoked, could be trouble. Around first, heading for 2. Makes it safely. It's a leadoff double in the bottom of the 7th.
Everything came together for him. Just a great approach. Looked like that was exactly what he wanted to do with that pitch. And right off the bat, he knew he was taking that wide turn at first to head for second.
That one's in there. That's strike 1.
If you're going to get something going, this is the time to do it. You get the leadoff man on. Everybody's got to look over the shoulder and say, I'm just going to keep the line moving. Don't try to do too much.
Man at second.
That's the ball.
Right through there for a strike. Fights it off. He'll see another.
Ball.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Here at the bottom of the 7th. Gets a piece and stays alive. Grounds one to short. Throws to first in time. What a pick to save the play and get the first out.
Up next
So now with one away and a man at second, Tyler Heineman next up for the Blue Jays.
Ball.
In the dirt, blocked. Runner at second here, one gone. That one finds the zone. 1-2. Heineman wants to challenge this, thought it was a ball, and that one just barely missed. The call is overturned. Still 2 challenges left for them. The 2-1. On the ground to third, and foul ball. Two now. Good job to fight that one off. And it remains 2-2. Okamoto leads off second with 1 gone in the inning. Out towards right center field. That's a base hit. To third. Save.
He's in there. He's safe.
When you flare a ball out behind second base, it's really a tough spot for anyone to get to. And you're never trying to do that as a hitter. But when you do, I tell you what, you're yelling at it the entire way to get down.
Huh.
2 on, 1 out. Just a slow ground ball this time, but it kicks foul.
Well, this is a good time to step out of the box, take a deep breath, reset. A couple of change-ups. Probably won't see another one here.
0-2 now. This ball's chopped on the ground. There's one. What a double play that was. Inning over. We're at the top of the 8th. Stepping up for the Guardians. Rhys Hoskins. Fought off foul. Strike two.
This guy's sink has so much drop in it, it's almost like a split finger fastball. Instead of just weak contact and balls on the ground, he gets swings and misses.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Up next for Cleveland, the designated hitter, George Valera.
Ball two.
High fly ball, right field. Sanchez settles under it. That's out number two. Now it's the switch hitting outfielder, Angel Martinez.
Angel Martinez.
Strike. Woo.
And that drops in for a strike.
I wouldn't say the game's close right now, but it's not out of reach either. I mean, these guys really need to put up a 0 on the board just to maintain a little hope.
Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. Two down, nobody on. This one in the air, center field. And that is that.
Now pitching for
The
Cleveland.
Guardians going with a new pitcher,
52,
Matt Festa.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing
Leading
strikes,
off for the
attacking these
Jays,
hitters.
Designated hitter, Ernie Clement.
That's out the corner.
Down the line, it's a base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Well struck left field. That one carrying. Up against the wall and brings it in. One out man at first. Now it's the right fielder, Jesus Sanchez. 0 for 3 in this one.
Ball one.
Now this team is definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap, but, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ball game.
Swinging a foul straight back. The 2-1. Right through there for a strike. The Guardians leading by 4 here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. The 2-2 gets a check swing. Now an appeal to third. And ring him up, says Patrick Johnson. That's a strikeout.
Second baseman, Lenny Sosa.
Tap foul at the plate. That one hammered left field. That's got a chance. Stretches out and hauls it in.
Now pitching. for
We're
the
back.
Blue
It's the
Jays,
top of the ninth. And there's a new pitcher on the mound. Tyler Rogers. He's been so good against
Leading off
lefties.
for Cleveland,
Stepping
catcher
up for the
Bo
Guardians, Bo Naylor. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a flyout.
Up.
Right through there for a strike.
Well, that's really the money spot, down and away. If you can locate that consistently, it's going to be real tough for hitters to square that up. That's what you love to see relievers do coming out of that bullpen.
Here's the 0-2. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. That one ran inside, almost got him. Set down on strikes. And a strikeout for the first out here in the ninth.
Shortstop Brian Rocchio.
There it was. 0-0. Here it is. Hit it. He gets a take. Gets ahead in the count.
Oh,
Tried to backdoor him with that slider right there, but just missed off the plate. Good pitch, though.
That's a slider for a strike. Just missed.
that's the ball.
Challenge from behind the dish here. Didn't miss by too much, but it'll stay a ball. So they'll lose their first challenge. And a payoff pitch. Up the middle. Throws to first. And there's 2 away. Back to the top of the order. Here's the Cleveland leadoff hitter, Daniel Schneemann.
Up.
Schneemann thought that one missed, and here comes the challenge. Good eye at the plate. They'll overturn the call. They'll keep their remaining challenge. 2 down, nobody on. Here at the top of the ninth. Yeah, that's fouled off.
Nope, that's away.
Not even close there. Ball 3. And that's in for a strike. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. Two down, nobody on. Payoff pitch. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. Back here at Rogers Center, and now for the Jays, Dalton Varsho.
Dalton Varsho.
Look out, almost got him upstairs. The 1-2.
Oh.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. That misses the zone. Full count now. On the inside corner for called strike 3. He'll challenge, thought that was a ball. So the call will stand. So they're now out of challenges. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
Here's Andres Jimenez. 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a ground out. Foul ball.
That's a ball.
This one in the air. Ramirez takes it in for the out. And there's 2 away.
Now pitching for
So Cleveland brings on a new reliever, Eric Sabrowski. This southpaw's been really good against left-handed hitters.
Tyler Heineman.
Oh.
The Blue Jays down by 4. We're in the last half of the 9th inning. And a foul ball. Sabrowski is just 1 strike away. Swing, and he breaks his bat. Flips it. That's the ball game.
Sometimes it takes just getting away from home. Players can sort of come together, connect a little bit more than they do when they're at home with their families, and that can breed to success on the field, as we saw in this game today. Excellent win by this team.
5-1 is how it ends. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long. From inside Rogers Center in downtown Toronto, Major League Baseball on tap. It's the Cleveland Guardians and the Toronto Blue Jays. First pitch coming your way next.
And now, please welcome your Toronto Blue Jays.
And the starter for Toronto, Kevin Gausman.
Boog, this guy usually turns in a very good outing. His teammates really enjoy when he's on the mound. Everyone seems to be loose, which can help the offense be a bit more dangerous. So if you look at the opposing lineup, they're hoping he doesn't just settle in. They want to make this an uncomfortable start from the beginning.
And we are underway.
Ball.
That's too low. Ball 3.
Well, I would expect in this 3-0 count, you're taking all the way. See if he'll walk you.
Climb the ladder with that fastball, and that is strike 1. There's a swing and a drive. And that's a foul ball. ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So a man on base to start the inning. And there's a foul ball. Gets the call. That's strike two. And he'll challenge that called strike. Barely a hair out of the zone, but it was a ball. So they've still got both their challenges. And that one fouled off. Schneemann on at first. Nobody out. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Quick toss to first. And he's back in on a dive. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Just missing there. And it's 3-2.
These first two hitters really making him work out there. Already 14 pitches this inning.
And a foul ball. He stays alive.
Quite the matchup we're seeing here. 6 foul balls in this at-bat alone. Really making him work out there.
Hit on the ground might be 2. Jimenez over to second to Guerrero, and they turn 2. Now it's Jose Ramirez. He's going to finish with a new career high in stolen bases, Chris. That one's in there. It's 0-1. Hard ground ball, base knock. And that keeps the inning alive.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. We've all seen the defensive shift make a big difference in defending against pull hitters, but it's not foolproof. He pulled it as expected, but he found a hole that time.
Liner caught it second. We go to the bottom of the first, and on the mound for Cleveland in this one, Joey Cantillo. Chris, how about a scouting report? He features a 4-seam fastball, a changeup, a curve, and he works in a slider.
Well, that 12-6 curveball explodes out of the hand, and because he's able to throw the high fastball at the top of the strike zone for a strike, hitters commit to that pitch, and before they know it, they're swinging over the top of that curveball.
The 1-0. And another ball. Cantillo, 26 years old, and he's one of the few players in Major League Baseball born in Hawaii.
In today's game, not that many fastball counts, but hitters still in the back of their minds, they're looking for one. 2-0 changeup call right there. Excellent pitch selection to go with.
Late swing, foul to the left.
He's mixing his pitches really well. Late on that fastball after seeing the changeup. See if he can elevate one. I think if he does, he'll get the swing and miss.
The 2-2. And that's ruled a swing. It's a strikeout. Now it's the Toronto designated hitter, Ernie Clement. One of my favorite Ernie Clement notes. He got his most recent glove, the one he played the 25 season with, off of eBay. A woman from Japan sent it to him. I asked, what'd you put in the search engine? He said, used Mizuno infielder's glove. To first. And here this afternoon, 2 quickly away in the bottom of the first.
Guerrero Jr.
Pitch misses there. Ball 1. The 1-1 is fouled off. Two down, nobody on. And down on strikes. That's the inning. Back now in Toronto. Top of the second. Rhys Hoskins digs in for the Guardians. Ripped, but it curls foul.
A little early on that fastball. I'm sure the pitcher taking a note. Look for an off-speed pitch on this next one. Pretty easy to give up on that pitch right there. Started on the edge of the plate with the spin. You know it's going to finish well off the plate.
And that's too high.
Way to lay off that fastball up right there. You're looking for something you see well that you can handle, but you also have to keep the discipline so that you're not popping up pitches that are just a little too high.
Guerrero steps on the bag. Leadoff man retired here in the second.
Designated hitter, George Valera.
Yes.
And that's pushed foul off to the left and out of play. No score here in the second.
Whoa.
And an ABS challenge coming from behind the dish. So the call stands. That knocks them down to one challenge left. Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. The high heat too much on that one. Angel Martinez getting ready to hit. Good power. Not great in the OBP department. Hard hit. Knocks it down. The flip. Back here at Rogers Center, and now for the Jays, Jesus Sanchez.
Jesus Sanchez.
Fouled off left side. Oh, and 2 now. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Chases the changeup in the dirt. In time to get him. One away in the strikeout.
Well, maybe approaching this at bat with a bit too much determination. Sometimes you just got to let the game come to you.
Just off the inside edge. Here's a 1-1. And a foul ball. Struck him out swinging. And that's 4 strikeouts. And now it's Dalton Varsho. Pulled hard, but it's a foul ball.
inside.
Got him swinging, and he strikes out the side here in the second. Back now in Toronto, stepping up for the Guardians, Bo Naylor.
No.
Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. Carrying well. He won't get there. That should be extra bases. It's a leadoff double to start the third.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. A well-deserved double on a great swing. Got everything going on time. He stayed balanced and he squared it up about as well as you could possibly ask.
One.
Slashed foul down the right side. That'll hook off into the seats. Man at second. Shot into the gap, and that should bring in the run. Headed for the plate. He scores, and they have the lead. Pulls into second. That's an RBI double.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. When you connect and it jumps off your bat like that, you're thinking double at the very least. Put a great swing on it, and man, he wasn't fooled at all.
Now here is Daniel Schneemann. One on, nobody out, a run in. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. Didn't seem like that one found the zone. Here's a challenge. And the strike is overturned after review. They'll keep both their challenges. Here's a 2-0. And a big swing and a miss. Runner at second, nobody out. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2. Battling here as he fouls it away. Right side. Sosa slings to first and one away in the top of the third.
Up next for
Now the number 2 hitter, Chase DeLauder. He hit into a double play his first time up. Runner on at third, one gone. Check swing, he held up, and a count 2-1. Fastball is outside. Fouls one away, and now 3-2. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. He goes down looking.
Up next for Cleveland, third baseman, Jose Ramirez.
First pitch way inside a fastball.
Well, you've got to establish the inside part of the plate early, and that sends a message not just to this hitter, but to the rest of the lineup as well.
Just missed.
Get ready for some action here. Good RBI guy at the plate, runners in scoring position, and a hitter's count.
Foul ball there. Rocchio at third with 2 away. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Up next for Cleveland,
Kyle Manzardo digs in for the Guardians. He's 0 for 1. That one hammered, but pulled foul. Cleveland up a run, looking for more. Fouls away the first offering.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way, somehow climb back into this at bat through the count.
Ground ball left side, and that's just foul. 2 on, 2 outs. And that's a strikeout looking. Inning over, and it could have been worse. Back here at Rogers Center, and now for the Jays, Kazuma Okamoto.
Kazuma Okamoto.
Oh,
This one in the air center field. Manzardo gets under it. 1 up, 1 down.
Batting 8, shortstop Andres Jimenez.
And that one hit to first. Hoskins takes it himself, and 2 straight set down to begin the bottom of the third. Next to hit, Tyler Heineman.
hey!
On the ground to third, Ramirez. Long throw to first. 3 up, 3 down, inning over. As we go to the top of the 4th, stepping up for the Guardians, Rhys Hoskins.
You know, these Guardians doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of him. He's only given up 1 run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense.
Man aboard on the leadoff single.
He was all over that one. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
Hoskins gets his lead at first with nobody out. Base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Back-to-back base hits. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
Martinez in the box here and fouls it off for strike 1. 0-1 down. And a strike on the outside edge.
Don't play situation here. He's been working up in the zone. Typically, you look for guys to get that ground ball. See if he adjusts on this next pitch.
Okamoto. They get the force, and that is a big first out. Bo Naylor at the plate now. A double and a run scored his first time up.
In this situation, the batter's got to know what the pitcher's trying to do to him, and that's trying to get him to hit the ball on the ground, get 2 for 1. You got to look for something up in the zone. At worst case scenario, you deliver the sacrifice fly.
2 on, 1 out. On the ground, right side to Jimenez. Over to first, safe.
The hitter knows that if he can beat out the back end of this double play, that runner from third is going to score. That's an RBI. You help your team and you keep the line moving. Really good job right there.
Nope, that's off the plate.
One run across in the frame so far. Top half of inning number 4. That pitch clips the outside corner. And the count 1-2. And he can't make the play. The underhand flip. Ready to go, bottom 4. Now here's the leadoff man for the Blue Jays, Nathan Lucas. That hits the dirt, and that is ball 1.
Well, these Blue Jays, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today.
To third, and it goes just foul.
And as a pitcher, when the hitters are swinging at everything, you feel no need to challenge inside the zone. You just keep working the corners and expanding that strike zone and beyond, and they just keep eating right out of your hand.
In the air, left field. This one looks like trouble. Around first and hustling for second. And it's a double. Their first hit in this one.
Up next for the Blue Jays, designated hitter, Ernie Clement.
Out front, rip foul. So runner in scoring position, and now the tying run comes to the plate. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Next offering in there for a strike. That is strike 2. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Not what you're looking for after the leadoff double. A strikeout, and there's one away. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now went down on strikes his first time through. Very high with that one, and that's ball 1.
The rest of the lineup could learn a thing or two from this at bat right here. He's been patient, and now he's in the driver's seat with a 2-0 count.
Runner at second here, one gone. Next one misses. 3 balls and a strike. Way out front for strike 2.
Man, that was pretty gross right there.
And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes.
For the Blue Jays, right fielder, Jesus Sanchez.
Up the middle. Base hit into center field. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score. It's an RBI single, and now they trail by 1.
Well, no waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
Sosa takes a ball as he stands in for the second time. The lefty, the 1-0. Slice the other way and foul. Fastball for a strike.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
Got him looking. That was pretty nasty. Back now in Toronto. All set for the start of the inning. Daniel Schneemann digs in for the Guardians. And that skips in the dirt. Gets him to chase after that one.
This guy's sink has so much drop in it. It's almost like a split finger fastball. Instead of just weak contact and balls on the ground, he gets swings and misses.
Strike two. And that one hammered. And that is a foul ball.
Definitely a swing and miss slider down and in. He finished that really well. Just couldn't get him to offer at it.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Up next for Cleveland, right fielder Chase Delauder.
There's the strike.
Well, in an 0-0 count, not every strike is a good strike for a hitter. I like the plate discipline there.
That's the ball.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Strike three, and that's two in a row.
Up next for Cleveland, third baseman.
Two down, bases
Jose
empty.
Ramirez.
Stepping up for the Guardians, Jose Ramirez.
Good pitch to hit on a tee up in the zone. I think he was looking for something else right there.
Whoa.
That one pushed to the left and foul. Two down, nobody on, and we're at the top of the fifth. Popped up. Okamoto in position. And that'll do it.
Now pitching for
The
Cleveland,
Guardians going with a new pitcher,
49,
Tim Herron.
Still
Herron.
pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of them. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him.
Swings through that one for strike one. And a swing and a miss. There's that slider.
That pitch started in and ended up on the outside edge. Just changing planes and very difficult, especially for a left-handed hitter to track.
Here's a 1-2. Got him swinging for the K.
Up next for
So
the
up
Blue
next,
Jays,
Kazuma
third baseman,
Okamoto. Flied to
Kazuma
center his first time.
Okamoto.
That one finds the zone. 0-2 now. Goes down looking for the strikeout. Coming out of the bullpen and throwing BBs.
Shortstop, Andres Jimenez.
Ball.
Right through there for a strike. Check swing called strike. And it's 1-2.
Ball.
The Jays trailing by a run. Last half of inning number 5. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Swing and a miss. Curveball in the dirt. In time, the 2-3 strikeout ends the inning.
Now pitching.
We're back, and they make a change to start the 6th. The new pitcher, Mason Fluharty.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is. You know, these Guardians really impressing me with the quality of their bats in this one. It's been fun getting a chance to see them go to work. They really made that opposing starter work in this one. Ran his pitch count up, and now they've got an opportunity to continue making things difficult on the bullpen.
Good hitters count the 2-0. That one missing inside.
And no, they haven't broken through in a big way in the runs column, but with the way they're grinding out at bats, it definitely feels like there's potential for more coming.
That one misses, so a leadoff walk. In there, and it's 0-1.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
Strike 2.
That's the ball. Ball.
Manzardo gets his lead at first. Nobody out. Caught him looking for the K. And up next for Cleveland, George Valera. 1 for 2.
No. That's the ball.
In the air, fairly deep to right field. Sanchez should have this one. Brings it in, and there are 2 outs.
Up next for Cleveland, left fielder Angel Martinez.
No, that's the ball.
He's just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike, but so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone, and the last 2 pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
There's the strike. That clips the zone. Now 3-2.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitters got to stay focused on the pitch.
So a walk puts runners at first and second.
Just missed his spot on the inside right there.
First and second, 2 outs. Bo Naylor will hit next. high fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side. 2 on, 2 outs.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
Stays alive.
Two walks in the inning already, and he just doesn't seem comfortable out there. Like he can find the right mechanics and then repeat them.
Into center. Base hit into the outfield. In comes the run from second. It's an RBI single, and they lead by 2. That one fouled off. Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. And that is that.
Now pitching for
Back now for the bottom of the 6th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound. Connor Brogdon.
Still a lot of game left, and this game could go either way. So this is a big opportunity for him to get some important outs and try to help carry this lead into the later innings. Well, these Jays just lacking discipline at the plate in this ball game. They've been chasing pitches outside the zone all game, and it's led to some frustrating moments. They've been fooled quite a bit today.
Fouled off to the right. Swing and a ground ball into the outfield, base hit. So now back to the top of the order, and that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Showed some really nice patience in that at bat. Worked himself into a good count. Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep.
Oh, 1 now. Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. And that's got extra bases written all over it. Runner around third. And now they trail by 1.
A couple of hits in a row for him here. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. Ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it.
And now Ernie Clement. That one finds the zone. Strike 1. Sliced hard but foul. Man at second. Fights it off. You'll see another. Swing and a ball lined out towards center. Manzardo tracks it down for the out.
They trust him in center field because he's capable of making plays on the run, and we saw it right there. That's a player you want patrolling center field. Someone who can attack the ball off the bat.
Guerrero in the box now, takes strike 1.
Well impressed that he went right after him on that first pitch. That's the key. Try to get ahead in the count, and you can play around a little bit more.
That one is absolutely belted. And that's a base hit. The run scores from second. It's an RBI single. It's 3-3.
He put a great swing on that ball. Took the.
So Cleveland brings on a new reliever, Matt Vesta. The Blue Jays with the go-ahead run at first here in the bottom of the 6th.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
And that's a little bit high. And now 3-0. This one chopped on the ground, but foul.
On this count, runner not known for his speed, but I think you got to put him in motion. Try to avoid a double play here, Boog.
And he takes one right on the black. 3-2 now. Sets him down looking. And here's a challenge. That looked like it missed to me. Good eye at the plate. They'll overturn the call. So they get to hang on to their second challenge. Go ahead run on base. Lenny Sosa next up for the Blue Jays.
He's looking for a ground ball to get a double play and out of this jam.
2 on, 1 out. Base hit. Vladdy coming around third. Here's the throw. Safe. It's 4-3.
Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
Tap foul at the plate. Runners at first and second with 1 gone. There's a strike.
Let's see if he's willing to use the whole field right here. Definitely pounding him away.
Off the mark there. 1-2 to count.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
That's a little bit low.
He's really tightening up his hitting zone with 2 strikes here. I love it.
He fouls it off. We'll do it again. That ball is foul, and the pressure is building.
Just missed. If he's able to connect on that, look out.
There's one. On to Hoskins.
Yep,
double play.
Now pitching.
Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound. Joe Mantiply.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
This one chopped on the ground, but foul. Looking to get the tying run on base. Not close with that one, and the count is 1-1. Drilled in the air out towards right center. Sanchez on the run. Makes the catch, 1 down.
Up next for Cleveland, right fielder Chase Delauder.
The Jays holding on to a 1-run lead here in the top half of inning number 7. Next offering is down low, and it's a ball and a strike. Mantiply, a tall lefty. He throws a curveball, a sinker, a changeup, and he works in a 4-seamer. The 1-2. And he grounds one to the right side. Sosa sends it to first, and 2 away to start the 7th. Here's Jose Ramirez, a switch hitter batting right. That's a bullet, but it goes foul. Two down, nobody on.
Ball.
And that's down and away. Three, 2 now. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Payoff pitch. Swing and a ball popped in the air. And that is foul. 3-2. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Ninth pitch of the at-bat due next. Oh, look at the stop. Fires to first, and very nicely done for the out.
Now pitching for
We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the seventh. Sean Armstrong.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
That's a ball.
Swings through that one out in front that time.
No, that's a ball.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. In the air, left side. Martinez has a beat on it. And there's one down.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. He's a bullpen arm that keeps the ball in the ballpark. But obviously, now this ball is well hit. This one's got a chance. And that should be extra bases. He's in at second with a one-out double.
Up next for the Blue Jays.
This was a really nice swing. Didn't quite get enough behind it to get it out of here, but once it got over his head in left field, it was extra bases all the way.
Throw to second, safe. And now Tyler Heineman. One out and a runner at second. Here, the bottom of the seventh. Fouls one off out of play. Back to our left. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Martinez on the move. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. Out. Number 2. Back to the top of the order now. So up next for Toronto, Nathan Lucas.
RBI knock for him last time. Now a chance to drive in another run.
Fouled off. He was late. And now the 0-1. There's the strike. Runs it up to 96 to record the punch out.
Now pitching.
Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Louis Varland.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect the tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
First offering way inside, almost got him.
Sometimes it takes a couple of pitches to get a feel, especially when you move from that bullpen mound into this game mound. That was absolute gas. Triple digits on the gun. It's just a different experience as a hitter watching that go by.
That's down and in.
I almost feel like he's frustrated a little bit. He wants to be challenged.
Yeah, that's fouled off. Payoff pitch. Hard ground ball, base knock. And the tying run is on with a leadoff single.
Everything came together perfectly for him right there. Everyone's trying to elevate the ball in today's game, but if you can hit a ball that hard on the ground, it's going to find some holes.
And here is Hoskins. 1 for 3. And that one is lifted in the air. Lucas on his way over. Makes the grab.
Up next for Cleveland, the designated hitter, George Valera.
Swing and a ball popped up. Jimenez under it. And there's 2 down. Looks like it'll be a pinch hitter, Stephen Kwan. He represents the go-ahead run.
If you're a base runner, you got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get into scoring position.
Checks over to first, back safely. Next offering in there for a strike. And it's 0-2.
And a bat like this is almost over as it begins. In this situation, you have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You just got to hope that you can make contact.
And a base hit. Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away. And next is the Guardians catcher, Bo Naylor. Here's 0-1. And that one upstairs, ball 1. Ground ball, Vlad Jr. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Back here at Rogers Center, now it's the Toronto designated hitter, Ernie Clement.
Ernie Clement.
He'll challenge, thought that was a ball. And that one did miss, and the strike is overturned. They'll keep their remaining challenge. The 1-0. Swing and a miss, strike 1. On the ground to first. Hoskins takes it to the bag, and that's 1 away as the leadoff man is out in the 8th.
First baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Oh.
Now you get to this part of the order. Yeah, there's some pop there, but more likely there's some base hits. So very important to be patient. Let the pitcher walk you, if he will.
And it remains 2-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Two. That one is upstairs. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Has room, and he makes the catch.
Now pitching for
So out of the pen comes the right-hander, number 41. He's into the game with the bases empty.
Right fielder,
And next for Toronto, Jesus Sanchez. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95. On the corner for a strike. 2 down, nobody on. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. And the 0-2. Sets him down looking. Fastball at the letters. Froze him for strike 3.
Now pitching.
Here comes the closer here in the 9th, Jeff Hoffman.
I think closer has to be one of the toughest jobs in baseball, and we see a pretty high turnover rate because of it. Every outing seems to be high pressure, this one included. We'll see if he can wrap up the win and get himself a save.
On the ground, right side. Fires over to Guerrero. And they get the leadoff man in the 9th. Daniel Schneemann, the next to hit. Corner infielders guarding the lines, trying to prevent extra bases. That one finds the zone, and that's strike 1.
Well, so many hard-throwing relievers in the game these days, you would think that hitters have made the adjustment, but I don't know if you ever get used to it. Just pumping gas out of the bullpen. So hard to play catch-up.
And that quickly, 2 away.
Up next for Cleveland, right fielder Chase DeLauder.
No, that's high.
Catcher challenge. We'll take another look. And the call stands. It was indeed a ball. No challenges left for them now. Two down, nobody on.
No.
And that misses. 3-1 now.
Big pitch coming right here. Last thing he wants to do is put the tying run on base, but
Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. And that puts the tying run on base.
he had a pretty ugly offer going into this game up until that at bat, so a little sigh of relief there. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy. Well, with the tying run at first base, he's looking for something he can get a lot of barrel on, drive it into a gap, and score that run from first base.
Runner on the go. Pitch in for a strike. Throw. Save. And the tying run is now in scoring position. The Guardians down to their final strike.
Well, if he's going to do something special right here, it's going to have to happen with 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that ends the ball game. The tying run left stranded at second.
Whether you're a season ticket holder or you just come to a couple of games a year, to see your team win at home, there's just something special about that. Good job by this team to get it done for the hometown fans.